Hello. Somebody has requested a video and they wanted to see how, they specifically asked for this box here, which is my cookie box. I keep taping it because I use it quite often. And I've been meaning to do a new updated video on how I deal with my scraps and how I separate them. So this is it. I've got a cookie box, and in this cookie box then I have my 4x5s and 4x6s, and then any that are a little bit longer, then I go ahead and throw them in the back. So these are all about approximately 4x6s though. Okay, so these are all card fronts. So those are all cut down already. So now I can put this one back where it belongs. Alrighty. The second piece that I cut down is I cut trading cards, which are for the artist trading cards. These are 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, because this is another size that I use very often. So, and this is what I do to separate them, because I just cut them down to whatever size I know I'm going to use. All right. These are just bits and pieces, but they're all kind of coordinated. So I've got them taped in, elastic in bundles, because they're all, you know, similar shapes and sizes. So like all my little tiny scripts, these are all like 1/2 inch strips. And most of these are like 1 inch strips. So when these were envelopes that somebody gave me, and so I cut them apart, and I'm going to use those too. So I just put those in here. This is actually paper that when I cut down colored paper to make envelopes, then I save these, and this is what I use to make my own paper pads with. And I'll show you a couple of those. Because, so see, I make different paper pads. Alrighty, and I do have a video on that also. So I do save those scraps. Oh gosh, now I gotta get that back in here. Come on. And those are right here in my desk drawer, right next to me. All right, so this one I showed you already. So that's my scrap box. And then I do have white scraps, which are in here, which are bigger, the bigger pieces. And any uniform ones, that I just go ahead and put an elastic around them and stick them in this. This is just a zip-up file folder. And this goes on the floor in between my desk here and my file cabinet. And then little bits and pieces, I just throw them in here. I do have strips, the little white strips, and then little bits and pieces. As I'm cutting, then I just throw them all in here. And then periodically I'll go through and I'll pull out and put them all in here if they're long and skinny. Alrighty, so I do those. And these, again, like I said, just go in between my file cabinet and my desk here on the floor. Alrighty, and then last but not least, of course, is this is my actual scrap box that I try to work on often. And this is just a shoe box, a clear plastic shoe box. And when I have tiny bits that need to be filed and put back away, then I just throw them in a little zippy bag like this and just throw them in on the side. Then on here, then I've got these alphabetized, and I've just got them in envelopes. So these are all my black and white ones. So mostly black, and these are blue. So I've got my blue scraps and bigger blues that need to be cut down, and then browns and golds, more brown and golds. These are smaller, and then my greens and my oranges and my purples and pinks and reds and yellows, and then holidays, just for whatever holidays. So, and that's what I've got in here. So, and that's how I keep my scraps. That's it. So, and these I keep right here next to my desk, so that way I can grab them frequently. And I like to have these very near me, so that way I can just grab them and use them. Otherwise, they're never going to get used. So, if you're asking for an idea, if you're wondering an idea of how to, you know, use your scraps and stuff and how to keep them organized, this is what I do. And I would definitely suggest that you put them near you, so that way you can use them. Because if they're across the room or in another room, or if they're in a box where you can't see them, you're not going to use them. So, or at least I definitely wouldn't. So there you go. I hope this helps you out, and I appreciate your request. If you've got any other requests, please feel free to ask. If it's something I can do, I will certainly do it for you. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.